Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron. I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you exactly how to break out of your own limitations when it comes to achieving what you want with the law of attraction. Now, the key to this video is really understanding how our definitions are shaping the kind of experiences that we have, but the key to this is becoming aware of what those definitions are, and as we become aware of what they are, that's when we start to gain our power back, because we can decide to simply let them go and to expand them out. Now, the most powerful thing that I found in my own life to change is my own self-image, which means like the way that I view myself. It means that the habitual things that I do that I think are labeled as to a part of just who I am. As I become aware of those, I realize that then what I can do is insert and start to create patterns of who I prefer to be. And at a fundamental level, also realize that everything we experience in our life is a fundamental pattern that we've practiced. We've practiced a certain pattern of thought. We've practiced certain type of behaviors that have come on autopilot, but the key is when we become aware of what those patterns are, and then we can, instead of keep on those having been perpetuated, we can decide to break outside of it and then experience what we want. So in this video, that's exactly what I'm going to show you guys how to do, is how to break out of that prison that we create for ourselves sometimes, the definitions we have that limit who we are being. So realize first off that our self-image and whatever your self-image is of yourself is something that is on autopilot. It's something that is what is called a cybernetic mechanism, which simply means that however you view yourself, that is something that has a certain baseline, and even if you try to have another pattern or another behavior and you're trying to put that in, like go on a diet or start to make a different type amount of money, the idea is that it will always go back to that baseline of the way that we view ourselves. So the key to this is to first change the way we view ourselves, so then those behaviors are a natural side effect of who we prefer to be. So first off, and this is part of the exercise that you can do, is write down a list of labels of how you think you are and beliefs that you have of your self-image. Maybe there's a certain amount of money you can make per year, certain type of person you're worthy of being in a relationship with, the certain type of house that you're able to live in. As you become aware of this, you'll see that this is the cybernetic mechanism that I was talking about. But what you'll also begin to do is realize that a lot of those are just on autopilot. They're just thoughts that we thought that is who we are, so we kept them perpetuated. But the key to this is that once you become aware of it, that's when you can start to set a trigger to break that pattern. You can start to redefine yourself. So the way to do this is to become aware of the labels, to write them down, and then to simply decide that you're going to insert a new self-image. You're going to insert new labels. Maybe if the label was before that I'm someone that's big boned or overweight, the idea is you can start to view yourself as somebody that's getting into shape, or somebody that's able to figure out the process of how to lose weight, and there's a formula to it. So as you look at that, you see, and you start to attain that as to who you are in the present moment, you start to then rewire those patterns into you, and you allow yourself to really make changes for the better. And to do that, all you have to do, like I said, is write down those labels, see those patterns, and realize that as you add the labels of how you prefer to be, what you then begin to do is you begin to wire in new patterns and wire in a new state of being. So this is something that holds so many people back from accomplishing what they want, because as they start to do and try so hard to attain certain patterns, what they end up doing is they're trying to go against the grain, because their self-image says something else other than what they actually and who they actually are being. And remember, like as I always say when it comes to the law of attraction, it's not so much that you're trying to attract something out there into here, it's more so that you're getting a constant reflection of who you are being. And as you become aware of who you are being, which means the personality, means the habits, the patterns, and the behaviors, that's when you can start to decide, hey, do I want to have this kind of behavior? Do I want to let this go? And do I want to expand my definitions for the way that I view myself? So maybe start to see what are your labels with the kind of money you can make. What, you know, maybe if you've always made $30,000 a year, you become aware that that's the way you view yourself. Then what you do is you start to find ways and patterns of making more money. And there's plenty, with the internet, there's plenty of ways of finding that out by finding someone that's doing what you want to be doing and someone who's mastered it. And what you do is you just do the same modeled patterns, you do the same type of things that person does, you create a business in a similar way, and as you find those patterns, you then start to get the same results that they've gotten. So anything can be recreated. All you have to do is realize that we are, in a way, a compilation of the patterns that we think, the patterns of the way we feel and what we do. And as we become aware of that, we can break out of that prison that we create for ourselves by realizing the definitions we have and then simply deciding to let them go and to wire in new ones by taking repetitive action. And that's something that I can't stress enough. Understand that the more repetition you do it, the more powerful it is, and that as you continue to do it, it becomes just a natural side effect of who you are. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, hit that little notification gear right next to the subscribe button so that you're able to see the videos that I do every single day. And then I will see you guys on the next vid. Peace, much love, namaste.